Hey tech enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's got everyone talking. Intel's new CEO, Lip-Bu Tan, is getting a compensation package valued at a whopping $69 million. Yes, you heard that right. $69 million. But is this a golden ticket to success, or a risky bet that could backfire? That's the million-dollar question, pun intended. Transition music sting. Let's break down the news. This week, Intel officially announced Lip-Bu Tan as their new CEO, taking over from Pat Gelsinger. Tan, a seasoned veteran in the semiconductor industry, is tasked with the monumental challenge of revitalizing Intel and bringing it back to the forefront of the chip-making world. The compensation package includes a $1 million base salary, a potential 200% performance-based bonus, and a staggering $66 million in long-term equity awards and stock options. Plus, he's personally investing $25 million in Intel stock. This is a huge vote of confidence, or is it a sign of desperation? Sound of a cash register. Now, let's dissect this compensation structure. A $1 million salary is standard for a CEO of a company the size of Intel. The 200% performance-based bonus is a significant incentive, pushing Tan to deliver tangible results. But the real kicker is the $66 million in equity and stock options. These are tied to Intel's long-term performance, meaning Tan only profits if Intel thrives. This aligns his interests directly with the shareholders. It looks great on paper, but the devil is always in the details. Sound of ticking clock. To understand the magnitude of this decision, let's zoom out and look at the industry landscape. Intel has been facing fierce competition from companies like AMD and TSMC. They've struggled with manufacturing delays, technological advancements, and a rapidly changing market. Think about Moore's law, the observation that the number of transistors in a dense integrated circuit doubles about every 2 years. Intel used to be the undisputed champion of this, but they've fallen behind. This has led to a loss of market share and a decline in stock value. Reference: The Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton M. Christensen, a classic on disruptive innovation. The company needs a radical transformation, and that's where Tan comes in. Sound of a dramatic whoosh. Intel faces several key technical challenges. First, they need to master the transition to smaller process nodes, like 3 nanometers and beyond. This requires significant investment in research and development and overcoming complex manufacturing hurdles. Second, they need to compete in the high-performance computing market, where companies like NVIDIA are dominating with their GPUs. This means developing competitive architectures and optimizing their chips for AI and machine learning workloads. Third, they need to address the growing demand for specialized chips for various applications, from automotive to IoT. This requires a more flexible and agile approach to chip design and manufacturing. Think about FinFETs, EUV lithography, and chiplet designs. These are all critical technologies that Intel needs to master to stay competitive. Sound of futuristic tech. So, who is Lip-Bu Tan, and why is Intel betting so heavily on him? Tan is a seasoned technology investor and executive with a proven track record. He served as CEO of Cadence Design Systems for over a decade, where he oversaw a significant turnaround and delivered impressive stock price appreciation. He's also a founding managing partner of Walden Catalyst Ventures and chairman of Walden International. He has deep relationships across Intel's ecosystem and a strong understanding of the semiconductor industry. Intel is hoping that his experience and connections will be the catalyst they need to turn things around. Sound of upbeat music. Let's not forget about Pat Gelsinger, Tan's predecessor. Gelsinger was brought in to revive Intel, and he had a bold vision for the company. He launched the IDM 2.0 strategy, which aimed to expand Intel's manufacturing capacity and compete with TSMC in the foundry business. He also invested heavily in new technologies and R&D. However, his efforts were met with mixed results. Intel faced continued delays and struggled to gain market share. The board ultimately decided that a change was needed, leading to Tan's appointment. Gelsinger's departure highlights the immense pressure and challenges facing Intel. Sound of a somber note. Now, let's look at the contrasting viewpoints on this situation. Some analysts believe that Tan's appointment is a positive step for Intel. They argue that his experience and connections will help the company navigate the complex challenges it faces. They also point to his track record at Cadence as evidence of his ability to turn around struggling companies. Others are more skeptical. They question whether Tan has the technical expertise to lead Intel in the long term. They also worry that his focus on financial performance may come at the expense of innovation and technological leadership. It's a classic debate between a business-oriented leader and a technology-focused leader. Sound of a heated debate. The $69 million compensation package is designed to incentivize Tan to deliver results. But will it work? Some argue that these types of packages are excessive and don't necessarily guarantee success. They point to numerous examples of CEOs who received massive payouts despite failing to deliver for their shareholders. Others argue that these packages are necessary to attract and retain top talent in a competitive market. They believe that the potential rewards justify the risks. Ultimately, the success of this compensation package will depend on Tan's ability to execute his vision and turn Intel around. Sound of coins clinking. Tan's agreement to purchase $25 million in Intel shares is a significant gesture. It demonstrates his commitment to the company and aligns his interests with those of the shareholders. By putting his own money on the line, he's signaling that he believes in Intel's future. However, it's important to note that this is still a relatively small amount compared to his overall compensation package. It's more of a symbolic gesture than a material investment. Sound of a handshake. So, what's the turnaround plan? While Intel hasn't explicitly laid out Tan's strategy, we can infer some of his priorities based on his background and the challenges facing the company. He'll likely focus on improving manufacturing efficiency, accelerating technological innovation, and expanding into new markets. He'll also need to foster a culture of collaboration and innovation within Intel. This will require attracting and retaining top talent, empowering employees, and promoting a more agile and responsive organization. It's a tall order, but Tan has the experience and the incentives to make it happen. Sound of a strategic briefing. The semiconductor industry is incredibly competitive, and Intel faces intense pressure from rivals like AMD, NVIDIA, and TSMC. AMD has been gaining market share with its Ryzen processors, which offer compelling performance at competitive prices. NVIDIA dominates the high-performance computing market with its GPUs, which are essential for AI and machine learning. TSMC is the world's leading contract chip manufacturer, and they're constantly pushing the boundaries of process technology. Intel needs to innovate faster and more efficiently to stay ahead of the competition. Reference: Porter's 5 Forces, a framework for analyzing industry competitiveness. Sound of an intense battle. What does the future hold for Intel? It's difficult to say with certainty, but the next few years will be critical. Tan's leadership will be tested as he navigates the challenges of the semiconductor industry and attempts to revitalize Intel. The company's success will depend on its ability to innovate, execute its strategy, and adapt to changing market conditions. If Tan can deliver, Intel could reclaim its position as a leader in the chip-making world. If not, the company could face further decline. The stakes are high, and the world is watching. Sound of suspenseful music. Let's consider some alternative scenarios. What if Tan's turnaround plan fails? Intel could face further decline in market share and profitability. They might be forced to sell off assets or even consider a merger with another company. On the other hand, what if Tan succeeds beyond expectations? Intel could experience a resurgence, regaining its technological leadership and dominating the semiconductor industry once again. The possibilities are endless, and the outcome is far from certain. Sound of a dramatic reveal. So, is Intel's $69 million gamble worth it? Only time will tell. Tan has the experience and the incentives to succeed, but he faces immense challenges. The semiconductor industry is incredibly competitive, and Intel needs to innovate faster and more efficiently to stay ahead of the competition. The company's future hangs in the balance. Sound of a question mark. What do you think? Is Intel making the right move by betting big on Lip-Bu Tan? Or is this a costly mistake? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech news and analysis. Thanks for watching. Outro music with a call to subscribe.